While Capital sat to the side to remain forever unfinished, Marx preoccupied himself in his final years above all else with a study of foreign cultures, namely through the work of the early anthropologist Henry Morgan. The purpose of this study was manifold, but it was above all else to understand the ways in which humanity might have developed outside of Europe, to enrich the historical materialist method by expanding it to account for these alternative and often overlapping patterns of development. Marx unfortunately passed away before being able to make anything of the study himself, leaving behind, however, hundreds of pages worth of notes, today published as the ethnological notebooks from which a coherent work could be based. Engels took it upon himself to create such a work, quickly turning out the now famous Origins of the Family, Private Property, and the State in the span of only 2 months. As tends to happen with these sorts of things, such speed necessitated the cutting of corners, but the corners cut here were larger than might be expected. While working on the book's 4th edition in 1891, 7 years after its initial publication, Engels wrote to Marx's daughter Laura the following: "I had to read the whole literature on the subject, which before I had not done when I wrote the book, with a cheek worthy of my younger days, and to my great astonishment I find that I had guessed the contents of all these unread books pretty correctly, a good deal better luck than I had deserved." Engels' preparatory material, primarily extracts from the various writers that Marx himself had drawn from in his notebooks, amounted to a mere 26 pages, according to Hans Peter Harstick. This speaks volumes to the differences in approaches to writing between Marx and Engels. Where one spent 20 years studying political economy in pursuit of perfection, Engels was more than happy to produce what was needed when it was needed, even if this resulted in defects later being discovered.